how I have always been a timid soul, afraid of having fun. I let my golden chances slip away. But now my ways have all been changed, a new life is begun, and it happened in a most peculiar way. This man came up to me one day and whispered in my ear, I've something you'll be awfully glad you tried. It will free your inhibitions, it will banish all your fears. We call it Dr. Jekyll's Cola, 'cause you'll never have to hide. If you drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola, then your world will open wide. You will satisfy those urges that have always been denied. It will liberate the swinger that was buried deep inside. If you drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola, then you'll never have to hide. Well, I handed over $50 and I bought a case right there. You know, he didn't even give me change. He popped a bottle open, he said, drink it if you dare. I did and started right in feeling strange. My shoes changed into sandals and my slacks to tie-dye jeans. My shirt and tie just vanished in the air. Emblazoned on my t-shirt was a word I'd thought obscene. And suddenly I noticed I was growing longer hair. He said, drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola and your world will open wide. You will satisfy those urges that have always been denied. It will liberate the swinger that was buried deep inside. If you drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola, then you'll never have to hide. Well, I made some money selling pot, and I leased a swinging pad. Invited over all the girls I knew. I went and bought a Berkeley barb, and I answered every ad. That kept me busy for a week or two. I joined the Sexual Freedom League, but found it much too tame. So I looked around for better games to play. Then I moved into the jet set and achieved some minor fame by working out a method for seducing Doris Day. I said, drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola and your world will open wide. You will satisfy those urges that have always been denied. It will liberate the swinger that was buried deep inside. If you drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola, then you'll never have to hide. Well, if you want my formula, the best way to begin is with the things the preachers have proscribed. I bought a book the church put out to warn us against sin, and I practiced each perversion it described. At first I thought I might run out of pleasures to embrace, but endless was the list of things denied. So I go to bed each morning with a smile upon my face. I'm usually exhausted, but I'm always satisfied. If you drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola, then your world will open wide. You will satisfy those urges that have always been denied. It will liberate the swinger that was buried deep inside. If you drink Dr. Jekyll's Cola, then you'll never have to hide. So if you look around and find a world that's filled with pain, the answer might be something that we've lost. Our fathers and our mothers duly taught us to abstain, and they left it up to us to pay the cost. The secret of my magic brew is right here in this song. It's nothing that you haven't heard before. It's just to wipe away the lie that loving can be wrong, 'cause the folks that don't make love are the ones that make the war. So let's drink Dr. Jekyll's cola and your world will open wide. You will satisfy those urges that have always been denied. It will liberate the swinger that was buried deep inside. If you drink Dr. Jekyll's cola, then you'll never have to hide. There was a man named Henry Smith. He wanted to be famous, but he couldn't make the grade. He couldn't act and he couldn't sing, and he always dropped the ball in every game he played. He couldn't write and he couldn't draw. He failed at business, he failed at war. He lost at cards and he lost at love, but now he's got the fame that he was searching for. Oh, please remember me as you pass by and see the Henry Smith Memorial Granite Block. It stood as tall as the Eiffel Tower, a solid cube of granite polished to a gleaming shine. The grounds were landscaped with trees and flowers, and 700 gardeners kept everything in line. It cost him all of his worldly goods, and all he earned till the day he died. But still he counted the cost worthwhile to carve these giant letters on its shining side. Oh, please remember me as you pass by and see the Henry Smith Memorial Granite Block. Now people come from the world around to gaze upon the climax of his search for fame. But when they leave, they are often sad to find themselves no different than before they came. His monument is a fitting one, the final stroke of futility. It serves no purpose, it does no job, except to save these words for all eternity. Oh, please remember me as you pass by and see the Henry Smith Memorial 40 years or more, beckoning the people to come in your door. You always seemed so happy, I never saw you frown, even when they came around to tear your old house down. Now laugh, Sally, laugh at the people passing by, running off to hide in their towers in the sky. They tore down your house where the children used to play. Tell me, who are you laughing at today? We all came to see you from miles and miles away. There never was a better place to run and laugh and play. A place where your feet weren't always stuck on solid ground, and sometimes things looked straighter when the world was spinning round. So laugh, Sally, laugh at the people passing by, running off to hide in their towers in the sky. They tore down your house where the children used to play. Tell me, who are you laughing at today? Your streets were aglow like a party every night. You could see the smiling faces by the bright colored lights, but they've taken away all the joy you used to give to build another place for the rich folks to live. So laugh, Sally, laugh at the people passing by, running off to hide in their towers in the sky. They tore down your house where the children used to play. Tell me, who are you laughing at today? They always call it progress when they bring the dozers through, put up something cold and gray that blocks off all your view. And soon they'll have a city so modern and so clean, with nothing left to do but sit and watch your TV screen. So laugh, Sally, laugh at the people passing by, running off to hide in their towers in the sky. They tore down your house where the children used to play. Tell me, who are you laughing at today? Now if they let the people choose which buildings they'd tear down, I just don't think they'd pick the same as the mayor of the town. We've got enough apartments and offices and stores, so why are they still tearing down the playgrounds of the poor? And why are the rich so afraid of the poor? Why does every high-rise have a guard upon the door? The shadows of their towers fall heavy on the town, and oh, how we'll laugh as we watch them tumble down. So laugh, Sally, laugh at the people passing by, running off to hide in their towers in the sky. They tore down your house where the children used to play. Tell me, who are you? sleep, sweet Johnny, my baby. Lullaby till morning, my darling little one. When you wake, the world will be waiting. Go to sleep, my baby, my son. Oh, the sky was a little bit bluer years ago when I was quite young, but the air is still clear in the mountains. Will you say the same thing to your son? Go to sleep, sweet Johnny, my baby. Lullaby till morning, my darling little one. When you wake, the world will be waiting. Go to sleep, my baby, my son. Oh, the forests that grew on the hillside years ago when I was quite young, now are fewer that man has passed over. Will you say the same thing to your son? Go to sleep, sweet Johnny, my baby. Lullaby till morning, my darling little one. When you wake, the world will be waiting. Go to sleep, my baby, my son. Oh, the river that flowed through our valley years ago when I was quite young, no one fishes or swims anymore there. Will you say the same thing to your son? Go to sleep, sweet Johnny, my baby. Lullaby till morning, my darling little one. When you wake, the world will be waiting. Go to sleep, my baby, my son. When you wake, the world will be waiting. Will you say the same thing to your son? Mr. Thompson calls the waiter, orders steak and baked potato, then he leaves the bone and gristle and he never eats the skin. The busboy comes and takes it with a cough, contaminates it as he puts it in a can with coffee grounds and sardine tins, till the truck comes by on Friday and carts it all away. And 1,000 trucks just like it are converging on the bay. Garbage, 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 garbage. We're filling up the sea with garbage, 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 garbage. What will we do when there's no place left to put all the garbage? Mr. Thompson starts his Cadillac and winds it up the freeway track, leaving friends and neighbors in a hydrocarbon haze. He's joined by lots of smaller cars, all sending gases to the stars, there to form a seething cloud that hangs for 30 days, while the sun licks down upon it with its ultraviolet tongues, till it turns to smog and settles down and ends up in our lungs. Garbage, 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 garbage. We're filling up the sky with garbage, 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 garbage. What will we do when there's nothing left to breathe but garbage? Getting home and taking off his shoes, he settles down with evening news, while the kids do homework with the TV in one ear. While Superman for thousandth time sells talking dolls and conquers crime, they dutifully learn the date of birth of Paul Revere. In the paper there's a piece about the mayor's middle name, and he gets it done in time to watch the All-Star Bingo game. Bingo! Garbage! 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 We're filling up our minds with garbage. Garbage! Garbage! What will we do when there's nothing left to read, and there's nothing left to hear, and there's nothing left to need, and there's nothing left to wear, and there's nothing left to talk about, and nothing left to walk upon, nothing left to care about, and nothing left to ponder on, and nothing left to touch, and there's nothing left to see, and there's nothing left to know, and there's nothing left to be but my gorilla's cracking walnuts with his fist upon a rock, while pianos wait unmoved all up and down my block. The trainer went to Vietnam, he was the missing link. We've power, power everywhere, and not the time to think. I had a magic carpet that unraveled as it flew. The threads were hung all over town, they were messing up the view. They shot at me with ABMs, but mostly hit the town. We've power, power everywhere, no way to bring it down. I once became invisible, but no one was around, and bugs kept running into me, so I sat down on the ground. Then I noticed 2 dents in the grass, there was someone by my side. We've power, power everywhere. everywhere and no place left to hide. You know, rich men run for president, poor men mostly don't. You can go to jail for killing folks or for saying that you won't. We're keeping out of World War III by standing on the brink. We've power, power everywhere, and not the time to think. The magic crystal ball is showing how to bake a cake, so no one sees how Custer's burning Indians at the stake. The 1100 told the Queen they wanted cake, not bread. We gave her too much power, and she went and lost her head. Excalibur is waiting in the center of the square, but the one man who could pull it out refused to cut his hair. They finally got embarrassed and they hit it with the wall. We've power, power everywhere, and no one in control. They're sending pictures back from Mars. The phone booth stole my dime. They're building supersonic jets, and the bus is not on time. They've put some men up on the moon, and there's poison in my sink. We've water, water everywhere, and none that's fit to drink. We've power, power everywhere, and not the time to think. I wish I was in Texas under a chinaberry tree. I'd be lying with my Janie, and she'd be a lying with me. She'd be a lying with me. I wish I was in Texas under a chinaberry tree. When I lived in Texas, I never worked a day. Janie fed and kept me, and she shooed the flies away, shooed the flies away. When I lived in Texas, I never worked a day. Now Janie was a wonder, I know I caused her pain. She worked all night and sang all day and never did complain, never did complain. Janie was a wonder, but I know I caused her pain. When I rode out of Texas, it wasn't on my own. They caught me robbing Banker Jim, and they drove me from my home. I never would have rode out of Texas on my own. Now Janie would have followed when I rode out of town, but I told her I didn't want no skirt to slow me down, no skirt to slow me down. I know she would have followed when I rode out of town. But Janie stayed in Texas and married Banker Jim. They had themselves 11 kids and 10 of them looked like him. Still she stayed in Texas and married Banker Jim. And I've come to California to dig myself some gold. They still want me in Texas, so I'll stay here till I'm old. Stay here till I'm old. Stay in California, digging down for gold. Well, now I've got a great big house and men to work my claim. But when you leave your native home, it's never quite the same. Never quite the same. Even with a great big house and men to work your claim. So I wish I was in Texas under a Chinaberry tree. I'd be lying with my Janie and she'd be lying with me. She'd be lying with me. I wish I was in Texas under a Chinaberry tree. If you list the great detectives who have graced the silver screen, you would have to start with one outstanding man. It's not Templar, Holmes, or Moto, Marlowe, Tracy, Charles, or Queen. Contradiction, please, it's Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. He'll solve the crime when no Caucasian can. Be it murder, theft, or rape, he'll fix his eyes with tape, and in the end he'll always get his man. If you're up against a mastermind who baffles the police, and the spit has hit the Oriental fan, though he wears white suits in winter and his hat has got a crease, you can always trust Inspector Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. He'll solve the crime when no Caucasian can. Be it murder, theft, or rape, he'll fix his eyes with tape, and in the end he'll always get his man. Though the sons we've seen are 1 and 2, their numbers have no end, and they add up to a most imposing clan. How he finds the time for solving crime is hard to comprehend. He's a man of many interests, Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. He'll solve the crime when no Caucasian can. Be it murder, theft, or rape, he'll fix his eyes with tape, and in the end he'll always get his man. He's the pride of Honolulu and credit to the force, and his fame has spread to every foreign land. But he never made the grade until he took an acting course, and the movies made a star of Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. He'll solve the crime when no Caucasian can. Be it murder, theft, or rape, he'll fix his eyes with tape, and in the end he'll always get his man. But the actor who plays Charlie has a problem with his skin, a theatrical tradition that still stands. Though he's yellow on the outside, he is always white within. He's the movie's top banana, Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. He'll solve the crime when no Caucasian can. Be it murder, theft, or rape, he'll fix his eyes with tape, and in the end he'll always get his man. And the language that he's speaking is as made up as his face, for he'll always please his bosses if he can. With no articles or pronouns, he keeps his ethnic place. He's so comfortingly humble, Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. He'll solve the crime when no Caucasian can. Be it murder, theft, or rape, he'll fix his eyes with tape, and in the end he'll always get his man. So to Roland and J. Carroll, Sidney Warner, all the best. You gave the role the skill that it demands. But now the world is changing, so let's try a little test. Why can't we have a Chinese Charlie Chan? Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan. He'll solve the crime when no Caucasian can. Be it murder, theft, or rape, he won't need any tape. But in the end, he'll always get his man. Davy went to play in the early afternoon. You told him not to go too far. And he hollered, "Okay, Mom," and ran off into the snow. And then the storm began, and that was 7 hours ago. And his father's out now searching with a car. And you sit by the window and watch for the light, staring wide awake in the middle of the night, with a lump in your stomach that feels like a stone, waiting for someone who may not come home. David went to war in a swirling of flags. You kissed him goodbye at the pier. He promised he'd come back and it all would be the same. And his mother came to show you when the telegram came. He's been missing now for almost half a year. Still you sit by the window and watch for the light, staring wide awake in the middle of the night, with a lump in your stomach that feels like a stone, waiting for someone who may not come home. Dave went to work when the morning whistle blew. You handed him his lunch and watched him go. And you heard the siren scream at 5:15. They told you on the phone that a few were still alive, and they'd call you just as soon as they know. So you sit by the window and watch for the light, staring wide awake in the middle of the night, with a lump in your stomach that feels like a stone, waiting for someone who may not come home. Daddy drove away last week in the car. When he left, he slammed the door. Mother shouted, "Don't come back," that's what she'll always say. But it's her clutching fear of losing him that's driving him away. And he's never stayed away this long before. Now you sit by the window and watch for the light, staring wide awake in the middle of the night, with a lump in your stomach that feels like a stone, waiting for someone who may not come home. Wishing you knew why he'll never come home. I woke up smelling bacon with a pine cone in my side. I stuck my head out in the morning sun. There was one guy fixing breakfast and 20 singing songs, so I knew that breakfast never would get done. I crawled out of my sleeping bag and picked up my guitar to start the day with coffee and a song. We'd build a singing city underneath the spreading trees. To join it, all you do is sing along. And we started in the morning with a hymn to the sun. We sang through lunch and dinner, and we've hardly just begun. We'll try to sing 1,000 songs before this day is done, and tomorrow there'll be 1,000 more. I met a girl down by the fire from a green Missouri farm. She sang a song she said her mother made. She sang about her father and the love he had to give, and I offered her a song of mine in trade. She said she didn't have the time, she had to catch a train, and I feel a little sorry now and then. But when you hear 1,000 songs, I guess it has to be. There's some that you'll never hear again. And we started in the morning with a hymn to the sun. We sang through lunch and dinner, and we've hardly just begun. We'll try to sing 1,000 songs before this day is done, and tomorrow there'll be 1,000 more. A kid came up and he said hello, and he said he knew my name, and he thought my songs were really where it's at. And then he sang a song of his. He said it wasn't much, and I wish that I could write one song like that. They used to say that making songs was only for the few, but we took these old guitars and proved them wrong. For music is a language most anyone can learn, and if you can sing, then you can write a song. And we started in the morning with a hymn to the sun. We sang through lunch and dinner, and we've hardly just begun. We'll try to sing 1,000 songs before this day is done, and tomorrow there'll be 1,000 more. We sang around a lantern, and we should have been in bed, and everybody took a turn or two. Whenever one crawled off to sleep, another took his place, and everybody brought in something new. I used to think I knew most every song there was to know. I could sing out any one you'd care to call. But now I'd need 3 lifetimes just to learn what's going round. And if everybody's got a song, then no one's got 'em all. And we started in the morning with a hymn to the sun. We sang through lunch and dinner, and we've hardly just begun. We'll try